Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Humble Haunter here, joined by Craft, bringing you the Week 1 analysis for the APL off-season. Craft, do you want to say hi?
Hi,
Again, amazing intro there by Craft. um,
I am so good at this.
yeah, so the first week of the APL has come and gone. All the matches have been played, which is probably a first because someone always forfeits normally. So let's just
Because they're
quickly
bad.
Yeah, let's just quickly take a look at all the matches. We're going to briefly run over them, run through the table, all that stuff, and then go in depth. So the first match, London Loons beat the Michigan Munchlax 2-0. Magdazone picked up 2 kills, and everything else got 1 kill or less. The South London Sylveons lost 1-0 to the Ferris State Boulders, with Heliolisk getting 3 kills for the
They're
South
bad.
London Sylveons, fuck off, and Throw and Keldeo getting 2 kills for the Ferris State Boulders.
Charizard X getting every.
London Landorus beat the Ljubljana Lattes 1-0. Victini picking up 3 kills, Metagross picking up 2 kills, and then Jirachi and Deblade picking up 2 kills for the Ljubljana Lattes. So some very, very close matches there in the Sun Division, all of them being 1 or 2-0 matches. Next we move on to the Moon Division. We see the Cork City Cyndaquils losing 2-0 to the Rolt Sociedad in a close match with Mega Venusaur picking up 3 kills and everything else getting 1 or less. We move on to the Manchester Skitties, who managed to defeat Atlanta Absols 4-0 with Ninetales picking up 3 kills. And then the final match of the week 1 saw the Dominican Drapions take on the New Jersey Dwebbles, and the New Jersey Dwebbles managed to pick up a really nice 2-0 victory against them, with Gligar and Mega Aerodactyl picking up 2 kills along with Weavile. So if we just quickly take a look at the table on both the Sun and Moon division, we can see where all the teams stand. So, in first, for the first time in their life, is the London Loons. In second, we have Ferris State Boulders. The third, we have the London Landorus. Then fourth, we have the Ljubljana Lattes. Fifth, the South London Sylveons. And sixth, the Michigan Munchlax. Then in the Moon division, at the top of the table, for the first time ever as well, Manchester Skitties. Then we have New Jersey Dwebbles. We have New Jersey Dwebbles second, Royal Sociedad third.
Why are you bad?
Cork City Cyndaquils fourth, Dominican Drapions fifth, and finally Atlanta Absols at the bottom of the table. If we just quickly take a look at the top kills as well, four Pokemon managed to pick up 3 kills this week, and altogether Victini leading joint with Ninetales on 3 kills and no deaths. Mega Venusaur third with 2 direct kills, a passive kill and no deaths, and then Heliolisk fourth with 3 kills and 1 death. So that's the basic summary of what happened in week 1. Let's get into the analysis of the matches. We'll start with the first match that happened, which was the... Well, that's happening. Which was the London Loons taking on the Michigan Munchlax. Is Andrew here? I think he's meant to be here. His mum might have just popped
What
up.
is wrong with Andrew's mum? Can't find a way to the toilet, it sounds like. And likes them powerful.
Alright, sounds like Andrew's not here. If he is here, pop up eventually. He's meant to be online. We'll just talk about this match right now. So, this match saw the electric type London Loons take on the Michigan Munchlax. If we actually take a look, the London Loons bought the Magnezone, Thunderous, Raikou, Galvantula, Mega Ampharos, and Rotom Wash, and the Munchlax bought their Nidoqueen, Venusaur, Dragalge, Scolipede, Gengar, which is trash now, and Garbodor. I mean, 2 predictions we made the pre-season was Magnezone would put in a load of work for the London Loons, and that's exactly what it did, picking up 2 kills, getting a clutch kill at the end with Tri-Attack. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. What were your thoughts on this match?
I think Gray was a bit unlucky. I think there were definitely a few misplays on both sides. I feel Scolopede's set was the best either. I didn't die.
All right, cool. Andrew, you're here. You're about to talk in a sec. We're just talking about your match first. Yeah, I think with the Scolipede, he ran Life Orb. He really should have run Focus Sash. That's what he should have done. It just wasn't the right set. He ended up dying due to that Life Orb recoil. Nearly big fuck up actually by Andrew there by sacking off his Raikou when it was the only thing that hit the Nidoqueen super effectively. That nearly cost him massively.
Yeah.
I think it was a match of sort of average plays altogether. They didn't really have
were amazing.
they didn't really have anything for each other's threats, in my opinion.
They were just bad.
Stop being tepic. So there was nothing really for Scolipede. Andrew was definitely very lucky the Scolipede died from life orb damage and didn't take out. Scolipede beat him with Earthquake pretty much. He's very lucky the Scolipede died to life orb damage and didn't hang on. But at the same time, he just had nothing on his team for the Magnezone other than the Nidoqueen, which ended up losing a one-on-one against the Magnezone. Andrew, what do you have to say about this match?
Thank you, Frozen Hacks. Again, yeah, I can admit that I sacked off Raikou. It was a stupid move. Probably most advanced with him. Other than Galvantula, I couldn't really do that a lot.
I mean, you couldn't touch Nidoqueen with Galvantula. That's the one you should have sacked off.
I did want to suck a punch just in case, but I knew that wouldn't do too much. It's kind of mostly for the Gengar.
Yeah.
But I did well. It's a luck match fully. So in the next week, I'm gonna have to fully prove myself in the battle against you. God help me.
It was very much a match of hacks.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not happy about the match. I didn't win purely on skill, but I won nonetheless. I feel bad for Gray. He should have lost that way, but hopefully he'll do better next week.
I mean, in the position Gray was at, he did blame hacks, but the position he was at with the 3-on-1, there was no way he would have come out on top if he played a proper play. So I don't think you can blame hacks in the end because he got himself in that position and he lost from there. It's simple. He couldn't win.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen Mega Venusaur do more, to be honest, because that resists electric type. That just sort of got sacked off quite easily and quite early on.
Could have run an SD set with Earthquake.
Yeah, that would have been very nice. Or just maybe, I think, more specially defensively bulky. I don't think it was very specially defensively bulky. It didn't take many Psychics and extra sensories. The Dragalge, I think, could have put in more work as well. That's resisting electric type. The Sludge Wave adaptability should tear through so many things. But at the same time, that's that. I liked the Choice Scarf Magnezone. I liked that a lot. Caught the Gengar off guard. That was very nice. Caught a lot of things off guard. Michigan Munchlax basically sacked off their Garbodor as well, which is a bit confusing. Don't really understand that. He went for a Drain Punch on the Mega Ampharos, I believe. He should have just gone straight for a Gunk Shot. And if he didn't have that, then what's he doing? Other than that, that was mainly the match, I think. Obviously it was close in the end, but it should have been as close as it came down. You should have just let your Raikou come in and take out the Nidoqueen at the end. So that was that match. Craft, any extra thoughts you want to make?
No, it's basically what you said. Down to
Next.
a bit of misprep on Gray's part.
Yeah. Next, we move on to the biggest bullfuckery match I've seen in my life from both competitors. We had me, South London Sylveons, taking on the Ferris State Boulders.
And he wins. That's just the story.
I mean, I'm normal type. I prepped with Craft. I'm normal type, taking on a fighting type team. There was so little I could do to defend.
Yeah, but that's why I'm going to be. Did you not pick up Mega Pidgeot?
No, I mean, I was going to, but I couldn't afford it in the end. That's why I got Braviary. But then I felt Braviary was actually too slow in the match, and it was too prone to things like Ice Punch, Thunder Punch.
Yeah, and that's my thing when I kind of let you your team. I was like, if he had Mega Pidgeot, Mega Lopunny, it's a great mod. Takes out Ghost, does a good amount.
Yeah,
you do have other threats that can deal with any Ghost type. Mega Pidgeot does a whole lot more for you.
Yeah. But then again, it'll only really be coming against the Ferris State Boulders. That was it.
Yeah, but I think sometimes it's like that. You can't use one for much. You've got to have one that's good for all the circumstances. That's why I picked up Galvantula to deal with Psychic.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, this was just a match entirely of misplays. That's the only way to describe it. I forgot Lucario got inner focus. He forgets to make his Lucario adamant with EVs and IVs, meaning my Mega Lopunny lives a Drain Punch. I should have brought my Heliolisk in earlier against this Infernape to take it out instead of basically sacking my Choppleberry on the Blissey, which I could have used for later. Yeah, it was. I was rewatching the match actually. My hidden power from the Meloetta on his Lucario. He lived on 1 HP and it was a min roll, and that meant so much because Lucario was able to do a bunch of other shit later in the game. So that was really fucking annoying.
But given the difference, like Helios did get 3 kills.
Yeah, Helios put in a lot of work.
Two.
Yeah, I was very happy with Helios. There were a fair bit of hacks all round as well. Fuck, internet crashed. Beautiful. Nice one, Craft. Nice one.
But that's why you don't play League of Legends and Ludus.
Yeah, so Heliolisk I was very happy with. There were a bit of hacks on both sides. Me getting the min roll, him getting the paralysis and the miss as well. But still...
yes. Well, we're talking to people as well, so...
Yes.
Sorry people, I'm professional.
Alright, so, do you watch the game, Andrew?
I watched a bit of the game. Yeah, Fro did so well. It deserves the one of the match. All his mons did really well. Galade did a lot, did very well. Along with Keldeo, it did its job of doing specials. Which I think only a few of his mons really had that ability to do.
Yeah.
I mean, he did it perfectly. I mean, it had something, because he countered it with the electric move, and really, unlike he had no ground types to really counteract that. But overall, his team did really well, and I think he's going to go far in the off season.
Yeah, I mean, he managed to win, obviously, which is good because. I mean, he had the natural type advantage, but there was still a lot of pressure to make sure he actually won, because this really was a match he should be winning. I went into it knowing fully well I was probably going to lose, but he had a lot of pressure on him to make sure he actually picked up the win, and he managed to do it in the end. I mean, it was well played by him. He beat me. Well played. I mean, there were hacks on both sides, so I can't say, I lost because of hacks. I lost because bad typing, and he played well. That's all it was. It was a very nice game. Yeah, and like you said, Throw picked up the Mon of the match. I forgot to mention the Magnezone also picked up the Mon of... Oh, let me just mute. The Mon of the match for the first game was the Magnezone. So, we move on to match 3 now. I think Kraft's just disappeared. He should be coming back in a second.
Yep. I take Kraft's place now.
We had the London Landorus, the Psychic type London Landorus, taking on the Steel type Lubiana Lattes. One of the predictions me and Kraft both made in the pre-season analysis for this match was Victini would put in a lot of work, and if the Lattes let him put in work, he would win. And yeah, that's exactly what happened. Victini picked up 3 kills.
I think the main thing about this match was overall, it was kind of down to would Victini survive this whole thing.
There were 2 points though in the match. Well, there was 1 point in the match where the Lattes threw away their victory. There was a point in the match they had won and they threw it away. They got their Doublade up to +6 and they had Shadow Sneak on it against a Psychic team. They were going to Oko everything and he decided to swap out later. That was just a bad play by him, in my opinion. A very bad play.
Yeah.
There's nothing...
I mean, I can understand against like some big mons like maybe Alakazam throwing like a big hit on it or something, or Mew.
He had +6 up on his Doublade and he swapped out, and that's basically what cost him the match. And then later on in the match as well, where it was just Victini left on the Landorus' side against the Lattes, where he had both Doublade and Mega Sizzle, he didn't go for a single priority move. He had Shadow Sneak and Bullet Punch, and he decided just to take the hits instead.
And that's really because that's ×6 Shadow Sneak. We'll take it out.
He didn't. He'd swapped out at the time. This was later.
Yeah, I know, but still, he kept in that would have gone through. So
yeah. I mean,
maybe Manamar might have been a bit of trouble, but really, you have moves that counter that.
He just basically threw away the game by not clicking Shadow Sneak when he really should have. So that was the only problem with that match. What's Kraft saying? Kraft's join. Right, so it looks like Kraft's internet's gone. Sorry about that, guys.
No, so I'll take his spot then.
Andrew can take his spot for now.
Yay! I know shit.
Next, we move on to the Cork City Cyndaquils. Oh, and Victini was obviously the man of the match for that one in the close 1-0 match. Next, we move on to the first match of the Moon Division, which was the Cork City Cyndaquils versus the Revolt Sociedad. This was a really nice game. I really enjoyed watching this. Two really good battlers. They both played really well. Real Sociedad picking up a nice 2-0 victory. That was expected. We both predicted that. Me and Kraft, we said Mega Venusaur would put in a lot of work against the Fairy type, and that's exactly what it did, picking up 3 kills. There was a moment in the match where he was in against the Klefki, and he just kept clicking Sleep Powder and Sludge Bomb because he knew that the Cork City would want to swap out, and they couldn't if he just kept doing that. So that was very well played by him, just stalling out the turns.
I thought, like, why is he kicking Sludge Bomb on that? And I was like, oh, that's why.
Yeah. There was also a nice moment where Cork City Cyndaquils tried to predict a Leech Seed and went for Fake Tears on the Mega Venusaur with their Whimsicott, and the Venusaur was having none of it and just fired off a Sludge Bomb and killed it. It was quite amusing. This was so unfortunate. When the Clefable was in against the Therathorn, the Clefable pulled out a Flamethrower, and the Ferrothorn revealed an Ockerberry and went for Iron Head, but it got burnt by the Flamethrower, so the Clefable lived on like 20% or something. That was very unfortunate for him.
Yeah.
It was really, really nice play in my opinion, but it just didn't quite come through. Although Rotom Mo came in for him massively, Clefable started setting up Cosmic Powers and stuff, and he managed to get a trick off with the Rotom Mo, forcing it to swap out because he went from Moonlight. It also took out the Togekiss as well. Rotom Mo had a really good match. That's why I gave it one of the match. I think even though Mega Venusaur picked up 3, Rotom Mo put in the most work for him in general.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, there was no hacks whatsoever. It was a really nice game, really well played.
There's no like major things, but in the most passive sense.
Yeah, it was a very passive game. Not that much happened. There was no sweeping involved or no setting.
Like under West with Week 1, where it's like big kills,
Like it was by far one of the
strategy the strength.
Yeah, it was a much longer match compared to the others. Whereas a lot of the others followed by revenge. This one was very much strategic. Stall out a couple turns, see what your opponent's going for. Really nice match. And yeah, Real Sociedad picked up a big win for them. Next, we moved on to the Manchester Skitties. So Kraft isn't here at the moment because his internet turned dog shit. And he got a really nice 4-0 victory against the Atlanta Absols. Now, a lot of people didn't think this would happen since he was Fire-type and the Atlanta Absols were Water-type.
I mean, it should have been a match that the Atlanta Absols should have won.
No. So in theory, you'd think Water-type beat Fire-type, but I called it in the preseason again that I said Kraft would win. Because if you just look at Kraft's team, he's got a Sunny Dance team, whatever it's called. Yeah. And the Atlanta Absols have no Water Setter whatsoever. They have no Politoed or anything like that. Yeah. Which seems
kind of weird when someone just got fire, so it's like, I'll get ready to counteract that.
Which meant Ninetales could literally come in with a Choice Scarf Solar Beam and destroy everything, which is exactly what it did. It literally came in, clicked Solar Beam, picked up 3 kills. I said that again in the preseason match, just showing off I'm a genius. I said Ninetales would put in loads of work, and that's exactly what it did.
And it did.
I feel a bit sorry though for Atlanta Absols when they go for the Earthquake and the Volcanion reveals Shuckerberry, and then they go for the Waterfall, and then the Rotom Heat reveals Pasho Berry.
But it's nothing like there's not much of the matter. I thought really bad because the Sharpedo could have done so much in that match.
It could have. And Kraft went all out on the berries, and basically just to stop one Pokemon.
Yeah, it stopped one and the Sharpedo really just did nothing. I was expecting it picked up 1 kill. I was like, it picked up 1 kill in the match. It picked up none.
Yeah.
It was the Gastrodon picked up a kill, which I was like, I expected it, but I didn't.
That was another problem. The Gastrodon, it was going to be Rindo Berry Miracoat because he needs to run that against a Sunny Day team. Yeah. He waited too long to go for the Miracoat. What he should have done was just spam Miracoat, and then he waited to use it, got hit by Hidden Power Grass, and basically lost his initiative. Yeah. So that basically cost him his Gastrodon. He managed to pick up the kill in the end, but that really cost his Gastrodon, which was his only electric resist. But even from there, the match was basically over because Ninetales came in with a Choice Scarf Solar Beam and destroyed everything.
Ninetales completely owns Mon of the Week.
Yeah.
I think Fine Victor needed so much, but Ninetales was just a star. It did so much. It can be kind of his team.
It's. I mean, in my opinion, it's one of the biggest backbones of the Manchester Skitty team.
Yeah.
Because if he can get that Sunny Day up, most things on his team will one hit a lot of things. Charizard X with the Flare Blitz, Volcanion with the Fire Blast, and loads of things will just do that. So that was a really nice 4-0 victory for the Manchester Skitties. And then the final match of the Moon Division, the final match, this was a really, really good match to watch. It's the Dominican Drapions taking on the New Jersey Dwebbles. And for a lot of it, it looks like the Dominican Drapions would win. This was one of the predictions I got wrong. Looking at Dominican Drapion's squad with things like
For once, you got one.
yeah, for Mega Tyrannosaur and Weavile and things like that, it looked like it should easily take on a flying type team. But New Jersey Devils managed to they prepped really well, managed to beat him.
Yeah.
With
And
some
an all-star mom, which I didn't expect.
it was so Mega Tyrannosaur sets up a Dragon Dance, goes for an Ice Punch on Gligar, which reveals the Yachi Berry and takes it out with an Earthquake, which I thought was really clever, running that over Eviolite.
Yeah.
That was really well done. And then the Rock Polish Mega Aerodactyl predicting the Protect from the Sharpedo at the end of the game, which came and meant he could outspeed and kill it. That was also really, really nice. It was this match was a lot faster paced though. It was a lot more back and forth. The Horlucha got a kill and then was killed immediately by the Sharpedo. Then the Rotom Fang came in. It was just very back and forth this match. It was really nice.
The Double just went all in. They didn't hold back. They
Yeah.
were like, okay, going to go offensive. We're going to get rid of this Torrance. We're going to Weavile.
Yeah.
All these threats are going to hurt my Aerodactyl, my Gligar, and my Horluchas.
Yeah, there were no bad plays whatsoever this match. This was won entirely by the prep of New Jersey Devils. They both played really well, and the New Jersey Devils just pulled that out. And then they also pulled out the Rock Polish Mega Aerodactyl and just beat him. It was a really close match. So yeah, that was a really, really nice 2-0 victory for them. So, after this week, we're just sort of going to talk about the coaches that performed really well, in my opinion. I think, for me, the three best coaches of the week were Alex of the New Jersey Devils, the Harshil of the London Landorus, and Isu of the Roll Sociedad. What do you?
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah, they both well. I think for me, the better coach out of those three. And nothing against Kraft, but
he had a very
that Alex had a much better team. He was able to counteract the effects. I mean, from the strategic level.
Yeah.
Also at the same time.
I think
I feel like Isu did a lot more as well.
Yeah, I think it's between Isu and the New Jersey Rock Sociedad and New Jersey Devils. I think I have to give the Coach of the Week award to the New Jersey Devils, along with the Play of the Week award, pulling out the Rock Polish Mega Aerodactyl. No one would expect that. Mega Aerodactyl's already speedy as fuck. You don't need to run Rock Polish on it, but no, he revealed that, which was really, really nice, predicting the Protect from the Sharpedo and managed to take it out. So that was that. That was a really good game between those two, and they both played very well indeed. So now we move on to the last part of the week's analysis, where we take a look at the schedule and we go for our predictions. So I've been fairly right so far. I think I've got 4 of the predictions right. I think Kraft got 3 of them right. So we'll start on the schedule on the site. We've got the South London Sylveons, that's me, taking on the London Lanoons, who are trash. No, I'm kidding. It's taking me the...
I think this match, I don't want to say any predictions. I want to kind of based on you and Kraft, because I'll be probably much more biased.
Just go for it. What are your thoughts on this match? It's me and you. Just say what's in your mind.
In terms of it, I think you have an advantage on versatility with your offense. I think, hopefully, with the ideas I've got in my head at the moment, I might be able to at least put it down to a 3-0, 2-0 at best.
Okay, I've got a bunch of little tricks up my sleeve. I mean, just taking a look at my squad right now, there's certain things you struggle with quite a lot. You probably know that as well, looking at my team.
Yeah, I mean, like Mega Logan itself is a beast.
Yeah,
it's an OU for a reason. It's very powerful.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot of things in general that it's quite tough.
Yeah.
I mean, this might be a bit biased, but I think I'm gonna win this match. I mean, yeah.
Unanimously, yeah, I can see where you're coming from that. Yeah. But mine does kind of keep this enough that I can stay in at least the tops at best.
Yeah.
So I'm plus 2 at the moment, so I can at least
if you manage to stay, I think even if you lose, a good result for you would be staying positive. So a 2-0 loss or a 1-0 loss would be a good result for you.
Yeah.
Next, we move on to the second match. We have the Michigan Munchlax taking on the London Landorus. It's Poison type against Psychic type, and you can't not give it to the London Landorus.
Yeah.
I mean,
I could see the Munchlax just putting out a win somehow, but
I mean, what does
very unlikely.
What does Michigan Munchlax have from Mega Aerodactyl?
Gengar, which counts speed, but even with that,
Mega Alakazam's going to outspeed everything except for Scolipede, but London Landers. I mean, if they pull out just like a Metagross or something like that.
It's very much the opposite of the Skitties and the Absols.
Yeah.
Whereas the Absols were overwhelmingly and very powerful, the Skitties had the back of the sun, where Monchexes does have nothing. It's probably 6-0, 5-0.
My thoughts on this is if Harshal and London Landorus can get rid of that Scolipede very early, Mega Alakazam will tear through everything. If they can't, I think it's going to be a lot closer, maybe a 2-0 with Scolipede picking up maybe 2 or 3 kills, but I still think London Landorus is going to win no matter what.
Yeah, there's
so depending on how early on the Scolipede gets killed, it'll either be a 4 or 5-0 or a 1 or 2-0. And I still think Mega Alakazam is going to put in so much work. The thing is,
it's got speed, it's got trace.
I don't want to give any ideas away, but Mega Alakazam's trace can be so clutch this match. If he brings it against the Scolipede, gets a speed boost, sets up a protect. Mega Alakazam at +1. Okay, just think about that. At +1. I mean,
and even to that, there's a good amount of poison abilities on the Monchex's team, which
like he could there are so many things that Alakazam could steal. He could swap into the Nidoqueen, get that sheer force. That'd be really nice for him. He could swap into Dragalge and get the adaptability. That would be even better for him.
Yeah, I think you want to swap into Dragalge or the Scolipede.
Yeah, there are so many things. I just think Mega Alakazam is going to put in so much work this match.
And if he said Alakazam for a key play to sweep the team.
Yeah. He doesn't want to waste it too early on, but if he can manage to save it to a good point, if he pulls the trigger, he will destroy him.
Yes.
Next we move on. So I think a very high score for London Landorus. We move on to the final.
Next up, the Latias and the Boulders.
Yeah, Ljubljana Latis and the First State Boulders. You sort of have to give it to. Looking at it, I think you have to give it to the First State Boulders. Simply for the fact that Infernape exists, and the Ljubljana Latis have nothing for an Infernape.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
At this moment, until I can see the match, until I can see how the Latis do, I'm not thinking they're going to do great. I mean, the Steel types will die to a lot of the moves that.
Yeah, he can fire off close combats on pretty much everything, and anything he can't, he can fire off sort of fire punch from most things. Yeah. An earthquake from a lot of things as well. If
he's got Keldeo.
Yeah, if the First State Boulders aren't winning this match comfortably, I think they haven't played well, is what I'm saying. Yeah. I think there's no way they don't win this match very comfortably. If they run Choice Scarf, Infernape, just stick Fire Punch on him, or a Fire Blast or something like that, they will win.
Yeah. I think the one thing they've got about maybe is the Jirachi and the Metagross, but really, other than that, Infernape can sweep for most of the team.
Yeah, he has nothing. Nothing on his team outspeeds an Infernape either, so that's a massive problem with him.
In a comfortable state, I think 6-0.
I don't see a 6-0. I see a 4 or 5-0 for the First.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
I think just purely theory now. It's probably going to be a big.
So while week 1 I predict to be much closer, I really think this league will be very, very different, with massive wins in my opinion for the London Landorus and the First State Boulders.
Yeah.
So next we move on to the Moon Division and the schedule. If we take a look at that, week 2 we have this match has actually happened, but I'm going to predict it anyway. No, I'm kidding. Kraft has already played Aggron. This was a good match. Again, it's one of those matches you would have thought one person had the type advantage with fire resisting Fairy, but the two teams, Fairy really tore through his team. Stealth Rocks with Clefable, and then Togekiss and Azumarill just sort of tore through the rest of his team. It was a really nice 3-0 victory for the...
It didn't help that Fairies resist fire types. It really hurts the main stabs.
Yeah. It was a really nice victory for the Cork City Cyndaquils. We'll talk about that match mainly next week. We move on to the second match that's coming up. This is going to be interesting. This is New Jersey Devils taking on the Rolt Sociedad. It's hard. You want to instantly say the New Jersey Devils because of the simple fact that they're flying and Isu is grass type.
Yes. But we're taking into account they do have stuff like Cradilly,
Ferrothorn, Rotomo.
Yeah, I don't think the Sodas have a big chance, but I think they have a very good chance of maybe going to win if they play their cards right.
It's one of those ones where if it was just based on teams alone, I think I'd have to give it to the New Jersey Devils. But right now, we've played 2 seasons with both of these competitors. You sort of have to give it to Isu, in my opinion.
They're both quite experienced. They've both constantly, I think...
Yeah, they're both really good.
Constantly in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Dribbles get very close.
Isu won season 2, in my opinion. I think he's just that much a better battler. I think this is more sort of experience and skill when it comes down to it. Isu's always really good with this prep. And I just think he'll have that little something to take it home. Probably something like Rotom Mo, I think, in my opinion.
I think, would that be enough, really? Because I'm not saying, like, you can't pull it. It's just, if you're typing, you saw how good Gligar can be.
If you take a look at Rotom Mo right now, if he sticks Choice Scarf on it, runs Hidden Power Ice and Thunderbolt and Volt Switch, I think he can do a lot. But he has to make sure he has those checks to other Pokemon.
And does the right moves at the right time, otherwise he could just completely throw his
I think if he loses his Rotom Mo, he's in a lot of trouble. But I think if he keeps his Rotom Mo, he'll probably get a 1-0 victory, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I definitely won't be surprised if the New Jersey Doubles pick up the win on this. They're both really, really good battlers, and I think it's going to be a really close match, maybe a 1-0. So we move on to the final match of week 2. That's going to be the Dominican Drapions taking on the Atlanta Absols.
And to me, the most neutral match of week 2.
Yeah, very much the most neutral match, along with...
Because they've both lost.
Yeah.
But I'm also looking at Absols are going to redeem themselves a whole lot.
Yeah, if you take a look, though, I mean, one of the only problems I see now is the fact that, again, the Atlanta Absols have no weather, and the Dominican Drapions can send in that Mega Tyranitar again to take special water-type moves, because its special defense is going to be boosted so much.
And that Sandstorm will suddenly chip.
Constant chip. He can... I mean, I think the way Zen wins this is by bringing a bunch of walls, really. Yeah. If he can stall out things like Manaphy and Mega Gyarados, he just sort of tears through.
To win, I think Manaphy is going to be a major part in dealing with Tyranitar and a large amount of poison types on his team.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, a lot of time, it's going to do him basically using his mons correctly and just making sure they use the right place at the right time. A lot like Isu's match.
I see.
Not messing up.
I see Swampert coming, and if he can play it well, this is a massive if. But if he manages to play it well, he can rock something like Ice Punch, Earthquake, and Waterfall, and do a lot of damage. He can hit the Tyranitar, Mandibuzz, Drapion, a lot of these things super effectively if he can play it well.
Yeah.
I think that can do work, but I just sort of see a 2 or 3-0 victory for the Dominican Drapions.
Yeah, I don't see any big wins from either side.
Yeah.
I just see it being probably neutral, with one of them getting lower than they are already.
Yeah.
Absols win, because the Absols need it. They need that win to get out where they are, because if we're looking at the main...
Yeah, the division.
The Absols are just, oh god, they're bottom of the table moon. They need that boost.
Yeah.
At least maybe get 4th.
I mean, the moon division is really difficult. Yeah. It's got some really good people like Kraft, Isu, Alex, Zen, all of that lot. They're all really good. It's a massive challenge for the Absols, and he knows this very much. I think if he can pick up 1 win and maybe 2, he'd definitely be happy. And I think the earlier on in the this off season it is, the more chance he has that while people are rusty and stuff.
And that's why I'm like, you kind of, even if he's next week, if I can still keep a nice record, it gives me an okay chance in the last week to just push. Yeah,
because it's still half the people in the division going through to playoffs. I think the sooner he starts winning, I think the more momentum he'll gain and the more he'll be able to. I think he needs to win this match, and I'd like to see him win, but I just feel like he won't win this.
And again, coming up next week, he's just got to, push it. He's got to focus, basically.
Yeah.
There can't be any small slip-ups. There's got to be he's got to get a win.
Yeah, he needs to make sure
he's going to be at a point where he is basically hoping to sweep every single match.
Yeah. He needs to make sure his prep's perfect. His team's really good. Yeah. So that's the predictions. All right. So now we move on to the fun part. We go for the bold predictions for week 2. This can literally be anything. You can predict anything about anything.
Do you want to say? I'm gonna say that I think Isu, though I'm skeptical that is gonna win his match somehow. I think he's going to. I think I'm probably going to lose my match. I know this kind of, man, I might probably lose this. I'm not lying. And then probably in the Atlanta Absols match, I just think Rob is going to win unanimously.
Yeah.
It sounds mean, but it is kind of true that the Absols did fail in their first match. They should have at least got a 3-0 or 2-0.
Yeah.
But they didn't, and Bolts are going to win easy.
What's your prediction for the most kills?
Most kills. I'm going to say, if we're going to look at it purely, I'm going to say, also I got EC1 odds in that week. 3 then, that's not good. I mean, the Drapions are probably going to win the match. Professional. I'm going to say, overall, I think, I'm going to say, it's not going to be 9 tails. I don't think it's going to be 9 tails in the match they have.
Yeah.
They've got a very small chance of really, just guessing that. I think purely, it's hard to tell. I'm going to say make a low penny.
Okay.
I think it's going to do a lot of damage. My team probably going to kill at least probably 2 of my members. Yeah.
Alright, so my bold prediction, I think this week we will see a 6-0 win. I don't know who from, but I think there will be a 6-0 win this week.
Me.
And my most kills, I mean, just looking at it, you've got to give it to Infernape. If Infernape doesn't get the most kills this week, something has gone wrong. Yeah.
I mean, that's fair enough. It's gonna do a lot of work against the Latias. I mean, if it died, bloody hell, they're in big trouble.
Yeah.
Then you have like Pangiro to do something against Jirachi and the Matagos.
Yeah.
And they've got Mega Sizzle when it comes to that, so yeah. They made the cards right.
Right, so me and Kraft have both done it since your guest here. We're only on the first week so far. What are your predictions for the people making playoffs? It's the top 3 from each division. Who do you think it'll be? Yeah.
Not something. I think you, Isu, and Alex Kraft. I want to see how he goes with his fire types. I want to see how he kind of plays out. Might change.
It's top 3 from each division, so 6 people will go.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Yep. Friends.
So start with Sun Division.
Yeah, probably Sylveon's, Feather State, and Linoons.
Okay. So
Moon Division, I think Skitties, Rubbles, Solidads.
Skitties. So you don't think Sociedads? Well, no, wait. What, Skitty, Dwebbles, and Rolt Sociedad?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's interesting. Okay. So this has been the week 1 analysis, guys. Thanks for watching. If you managed to make it this far and Andrew didn't bore you to death, I'll see you guys with another video soon. I don't know what it will be. It might be the why you should draft. The top 5 misplays will already be out by this point. So thanks for watching, guys. See you next time, and peace.
Hasta Vista.